The Doors are here at Gov Fuller Field to face the Wareham Gatemen for the second time this season, and they're just wrapping up BP behind us. Welcome into Opening the Door. I'm Destiny Sanchez alongside Matt Venezia and Zach Serdenik. Matt, last night was a tough loss for the Doors, 5-4 loss against Orleans. Give a little recap of last night here at Gov Fuller Field.
Yeah, it was another one of those games that is just tight till the end, and one that didn't fall in the favor of Falmouth, which we've seen several times this season. You look at the losses outside of the YD 14-6 loss earlier on in the season, every game, including the two ties, and I can even say the wins of Falmouth, have all been one-run games. So you got to hope to think that one of these times, sooner rather than later, that they're going to fall in favor of Falmouth, and then they just get rolling after that. You pick up win after win. But to talk about yesterday, right out of the gate, Orleans hanging 2 in the top of the first against Isaac Tiger. It took him a second to settle in, but right away you're wondering, oh man, here we go. We need the offense to get going early. And they did, between a Charlie Condon sacrifice fly out to right and a Kyle DeBarge base hit in the second inning to bring in a run. It was 2-2 after the first 2 innings of the game. So you're wondering, okay, now the team settled in. Isaac Tiger did a nice job finishing up. And between the bullpen arms that we saw after that, all the Falmouth pitchers yesterday combined for 8 strikeouts. They did everything that we've been so accustomed to this group doing to this point in the year, right at near the top of the Cape League standings in terms of strikeouts by a staff. So then you look in the 6th inning after a questionable check swing on Deuce Gorson, buying him another chance in the at-bat. He hits a bomb, no doubt about it, over the right field wall. So then you're giving Falmouth the lead. You can have the bullpen be ready to go as part of the team, again, that's just so strong over the last third. And it got a little crazy after that. In the very next half inning, between a balk, there was an error. Suddenly 2 runs come in for Orleans, and you're down 4-3 immediately after taking the lead. So Falmouth didn't go down without a chance, though. They came up fighting and, scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 9th, made it a 5-4 loss after the Doors did have the winning run in the box and the tying run on second base in Gavin Keelan, ultimately not being able to bring him in. So, again, it's one of those efforts where you hope that moving forward, again, you keep these games tight, they're eventually going to go your way.
Zach, we got to see a little bit of action from Deuce Gorson last night, hitting the home run in the 6th. What did you notice about Deuce Gorson so far from UCLA?
Yeah, Deuce is just getting back into things. Took a couple of weeks off after UCLA missed the NCAA tournament this year, but he's been outstanding for them the last 2 years. Broke the freshman doubles record in program history a couple of years ago, now settling in after his sophomore year. He just needed a few at-bats to get back to going. I know he was relieved to find that barrel yesterday, and boy, did he let it fly.
Matt, it's been a few since we've seen the Gatemen since opening day. What should we notice about the Gatemen and who should we keep an eye out for?
Yeah, again, we keep talking about the rosters changing as we go through on the season, but we'll go from a player in Falmouth, a UCLA Pac-12er, to another Pac-12er with Arizona State, my school. Nick McLean is now in the outfield for the Gatemen here. He's made it now into Cape Cod. Through only 4 games, has 2 home runs. He can absolutely swing it out in the outfield. He'll be up near the top of the order somewhere. He played in a lot of those different spots for the Sun Devils this year. He had an injury earlier on in the year that he missed a couple months into the season that happened actually before the season even started. He made his first appearance on the year against Grand Canyon. Guy hit 298, 8 home runs, and drove in 24 over the last month and a half of the season. So he can absolutely rake. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on him if you're Dominic Nyman, who will have the start tonight, and the other arms to follow after him for Falmouth tonight.
Like Matt said, Dominic Nyman starting on the mound for the Doors, and we have Jonathan Bautista for the Gatemen. Zach, what should we know about this pitching matchup?
Yeah, a couple of guys that'll throw it quite differently. A lefty in Nyman, the NEC Pitcher of the Year at Central Connecticut State, had his first start not go exactly as planned. He was pretty solid through the first time through the order, but the second time, Hyannis really got to him in that game that was shortened due to rain to just 5 innings, ended as a 6-5 Hyannis win. Come from behind to knock off the Commodores. But now Nyman gets a new shot, and he gets the first time here at Gov Fuller Field, trying to get things done. Bautista on the other side. 3-pitch mix, but mainly that sinker slider. Got to keep an eye on that sinker. He'll go to it quite a bit, and it's really heavy out of his right arm.
The Doors and the Gatemen are finishing warming up behind us, and it should be a really good matchup between the Gatemen and the Commodores. This has been Opening the Door. We'll see you guys on the broadcast.